Good morning. It is Saturday night for me. It is right now 3 a.m. I'm very tired, and if you can see that through the video, I'm sorry if it bothers you. But it obviously doesn't bother me because I'm putting this video out there. But and I said that my videos were gonna be as natural and raw as possible, and I wanted them to come off as I'm having a conversation with you, not being here to look pretty. Definitely countercultural with our selfie movement or a generation or whatever you want to call it. I'm not gonna talk about that right now. But good morning. This is Sunday morning for you. Today I want to talk about the next blog entry. It is called Let Go. It's very short again. I wrote it in the summer of 2013. I remember what I was going through that time. It was a time where I had a lot of fears. I had actually extreme fears. I was struggling with two anxiety disorders. One of them was generalized anxiety disorder, and the other one was panic disorder. And these things were very real to me, and it was really hard. It was a really difficult time. But then there was a struggle within me because there were a lot of things that I wanted to do for God and that I wanted to do with God that I felt that I was unable to do. I knew that I lacked just this differentiation of myself that was like, this is what I like to do, this is what I love to do, so I need to go do it. I was just consumed with approval. I just really needed badly, or really wanted badly, to get the approval of people and the acceptance of people. And so then my mind and my heart would just go with whatever people wanted and whatever people desired. And so there was this struggle within me, and I didn't really know how to do things for myself and speak my own mind and do my own thing. And it was like the fire within me had been put out. It was a lot. There's been a lot in my life in terms of identity, in terms of growth, and in terms of what the Lord has done, the things that He's had to eradicate mentally, emotionally, spiritually. There's been a whole history there, and that's why I could write books upon books. But in this particular entry, I talk about how I want to write, and I want to dance, and I want to do this, and I want to do that, and then I'm not doing it, and I have to let go. I have to let go and let God. And then I talk about following the one thing. What is the one thing? The one thing is Jesus. Jesus is the one thing. My relationship with Jesus is the one thing. All creativity is birthed out of that place with Jesus, out of that intimacy with Jesus. And Jesus is calling all of us to go on a journey. And then we don't step out in faith and go on that journey. I remember during that summer, I believe it was that summer. If it wasn't, actually it was not that summer. It was the following summer, because I still had this struggle. But I bought this painting. It was not a painting. I'm sorry. It's not a painting. It is a photograph. It is the most expensive thing that I've ever purchased. The photographer is Victor Gagliardi. And he lives in Nyack. He owns a gallery in Nyack. But I would go to his studio and I would take dance lessons at his studio. And I remember I was always captivated by this particular photograph. This particular photograph spoke to me every time. And then what happened was, I remember now, what happened was that the following year I was making a lot of money. And I saw that, and I'm not a person who spends a lot of money on things. I don't really care for owning expensive things or anything like that. But I saw this and I was like, I know that the Lord is calling me to go on a journey, and I know this is a step of faith, so I'm going to purchase this photo. I'm going to do that. And so I purchased this photograph, and it represents basically my journey with the Lord and how it is unknown and it is scary, but I still need to go on it. It gives me a lot of pleasure, it gives me a lot of joy, but it's still scary because I'm going on it by myself. But I know there's good stuff on the other side. And you can see that in this photo, like there's the boat, and I need to get on the boat. You know, I'm already going on the boardwalk is a step of faith, going by myself, you know. But I love it. I love everything about this photo. And getting on the boat and sailing away, you know, there's literally an unknown. There's unknown everywhere. And so I don't know where I'm going, but the point is that Jesus is in the boat with me. That's the point. And that I have to believe that he's taking me exactly where I want to go. Because he created me. He made me. He made me in his image and likeness. And so he knows what he's doing with my life, and I just have to let go and trust him. So the entry is called Let Go, because we need to let go. We need to let go of our control. We need to let go of thinking that we're going to make it on our own, that it's the way that we think, that it's the strategy that we think. No, we don't know what we're doing. We don't know where we're going. We don't know the strategy. We don't know who we are. God knows who we are. And for us to plow through everything, even like mental insecurities, emotional stuff, you know, things from the past, all of that, like the Lord is the one who goes through that and sifts out everything that is not of him, so that what's left is the real stuff that we can produce out of that real stuff. We can create out of that real stuff, out of our identity. And so for the longest of times, I wanted to write and I wanted to record stuff, and I didn't do it. And I'm realizing I don't have time to waste. I have to let go. And I need to let God do what he's doing in my life. And I need to put it out there. And whoever it helps, even if it's one person that it helps, that's enough. And it already gives me joy that I'm just being obedient, that I'm doing this for obedience. So my encouragement to you is to let go and to do it God's way and to go on this journey. No matter how scary, no matter how lonely it seems, go on the journey, because what's going to happen on the other end is extreme satisfaction in Jesus. Extreme satisfaction in Jesus. And then the satisfaction of knowing that somebody out there was touched just because you were obedient. So it's a win-win. Go on that journey. Let go. Put your creativity out there. Do what you know that the Lord has called you to do. Be who you know that the Lord has called you to be. Seek the one thing, which is Jesus. Seek your relationship with Jesus. And let everything else be birthed out of there. God bless you guys. Have a great, blessed Sunday. Love you. Mwah.